Well, good morning, everyone. Y'all gonna have to do better than that. It's early and I haven't had a cup of coffee. Good morning, everyone. Well, isn't that so much better? Today is a wonderful day. And do you know why today is such a good day? We are launching, thank you for the call and response. That man's been to a black church. We are launching one of my very favorite times of year. Now, this will be my fourth MBSYEP launch. Yes, applaud that. Thank you. And in the time that we have had the opportunity to work on this program and this administration, we have made some critical improvements, the most significant of which is the expansion of the program to 22 to 24-year-olds, creating more opportunity for district residents and our young people to be successful and to compete in one of the most competitive marketplaces in the country. What I always say is every Type A student government president comes to Washington to change the world, and we need to make sure there's a pathway for every one of our high-quality, amazing young people to do the same, and the MBSYEP program does just that. This year, we are going to kick it off to serve more than 12,000 young people who will start the application process in jobs, and more than 20,000 will start the application process and engage with our system and get all of the resources that they need. Our most at-risk young people will be connected to the types of services, that wraparound services that they need to be successful. Now, what we know for sure is that this summer youth employment program creates an important opportunity for our young people to get connected to what has now become the best workforce system in all of the United States. And once they're connected, we can help them get and stay on the pathway to the middle class. And that includes helping them learn the importance of financial literacy, getting connected to all of the things that they need to know to buy a home in their hometown, and most importantly, getting them connected to the experience that will help them to lead a great life in my hometown. Applaud that, because I'm 6th generation strong. We have been excited to have a lot of attention paid to this program by the Council of the District of Columbia, and we're excited to have their partnership as we think through even further how we make strong and substantial improvements to the program. But what I will say to you is there's some things that we absolutely don't need to fix. We hear from thousands of young people every year how this program lays the foundation for them to be successful in our city, but importantly, creates an important pathway for them to gain critical and key experiences in various industries. And we will continue to build on that in the coming year. The other piece that we're particularly proud of is that we have engaged employers like we haven't done in the past. We have seen private sector employers increase significantly, I think, Director, by more than 57%? 47%, almost 50%, let's go with that, that's right. And we've seen programs become particularly robust and really support our young people in a meaningful way. Employers are even finding their next best employee through the Summer Youth Employment Program, a fact that we're particularly proud of. Now, I have the honor of introducing a few important people today. Obviously, I want to acknowledge Councilwoman Silverman, who chairs the Workforce Committee on the D.C. Council. Please give her a round of applause. And right now, you're going to hear from a number of speakers who care about the critical investments that we've made in this program and, importantly, also care about the young people who we serve. I'm going to first invite Carla Decker, President and CEO of D.C. Credit Union, and our host up to the podium to give us some quick remarks. Please give her.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor, and welcome everyone to the Reeves Center. This is home to the Credit Union. We're on the 2nd floor. It's DC Credit Union. It was formed by DC government employees, for DC government employees, and more recently now to expand services to also to community, particularly those individuals who receive services from DC government. We have participated in the MBSYEP since 2011, and every single year bank hundreds of youth with that first bank account experience. We certainly would not be able to do that without the partnership and support of so many of you here present today, including Cities for Financial Empowerment, including the employers, DISB, and certainly Bank on DC, which has served as that engine, that little engine that tells us that we can. In joining us are financial institutions with community-based organizations to provide financial literacy, to prepare the youth so that they understand money management, so that they can compare bank accounts, but more importantly, so they can take full advantage of safe and affordable banking accounts. That first account enables them to save, enables them to learn how to use an ATM card, a debit card, sometimes shop online, and do all of those things that truly do prepare them to then be individuals who develop great financial management skills and good savings habits. We also benefit from partnerships because we get feedback regarding the accounts. And one of the feedback and one of the lessons learned has been recently that the youth, even the younger youth, 14 years to 17 years, need to have that experience of independence, of being able to have control not only of their work and be proud of the work and the earnings they have, but then have control of that money that they earn. And so for the second year now, we have been offering non-custodial accounts to youth under 18. A non-custodial account means that the young person can open the account and bank on their own. They don't need an adult. And clearly at the credit union, we make sure that the transactions that they engage in are safe and that they have full knowledge and understanding of just how they're using their money, again, so that in the future they can make great decisions as they relate to financing, as they relate to financing educations, to buying a first car, to buying a first home, to starting a business perhaps. And so that is certainly the credit union's contribution towards building a stronger community, towards ensuring that there's financial inclusion for all, including the youngest of the young. So thank you all so very much for that opportunity. Again, the credit union is upstairs. All of you are welcome to join and support the work that we engage in. Thank you.
We are incredibly grateful for the commitment that the credit union has made, the DC Federal Credit Union has made to this program and to our young people. We know that when they have an opportunity to do so and they get those financial literacy skills early on, they will be successful for the rest of their lives. Now, this next gentleman that I'm going to introduce needs absolutely no introduction. When I first got into this position, I found that there was no greater champion of the Marion Barry Summer Youth Employment Program than this person, and I'm so honored that he has moved on to go over to the Chamber of Commerce, where he's already played a critical role in helping us to recruit even more private sector employers to support this program and the many other programs in the workforce system. I'll say I stand here because I stood in a summer youth employment program slot when I was 14 years old. It laid the foundation for me to get here, and it's because of former council members like this and chamber presidents like this that we're able to create meaningful opportunities for our young people. Mr. Orange, please join me up here.
Well, good morning, everyone, and Happy New Year. And it's really an honor and a privilege for me to be here this morning. I'm Vincent Bernard Orange, Sr., President and CEO of the D.C. Chamber of Commerce. And this year we are embarking upon our 80th anniversary, having been founded on June 20th, 1938. We're looking forward to June 20th, 2018. And what better way to kick off the year than to be a part of the Marion Barry Summer Youth Employment Program. The late, great Mayor for Life, Marion Barry, he loved this program. It's near and dear to his heart. And I'm just pleased to be here with the new MB, the Honorable Muriel Bowser, who has definitely made this a part of her heart, her program, and actually renamed the program to make it the Marion Barry Summer Youth Employment Program. You know, it's said over and over again, if you touch a rock, you touch the past. If you touch a flower, you touch the present. But if you touch a child, you touch the future. And that's what this program is all about, touching the future. I had the awesome opportunity in Oakland, California to come through their summer youth employment programs. And it certainly is a meaningful experience. And the D.C. Chamber is going to do all that it can to make sure that this program is extremely successful. We're going to go out to the business community and make sure that they are involved in this program so we can provide that good training, that good experience, so we can provide future leaders for the nation's capital, and I would also say the world. So thank you all very much for giving me an opportunity to be here on behalf of the D.C. Chamber of Commerce, and we look forward to another successful year. I know you've done 11,000 in 2017, so we got to have a bigger number in 2018. Thank you all so much.
The This looks so beautiful, and yet it's a little bit slippery. So you've gotten to hear from our one of our banking partners. You've gotten to hear from one of our important employment partners. And now you'll get to hear from someone I have been really honored to call a colleague and a friend. About 2.5 years ago, we were looking for someone to help us transform our workforce system. While we had made some substantial progress, we had a long way to go. And I remember, this is true, don't tweet this, camera stop recording. I got on my knees to beg this man to join us here in the District of Columbia, and he took the vision of our mayor and myself so seriously that he left his family for a little bit and joined us here in the district to help us to make substantial transformations to our system. In that time, we have been able to turn our workforce system around, and we've done it most importantly by investing in our most precious resource in the District of Columbia, district residents. Now, I'll tell you, the thing I am particularly proud of is that for 17 years, almost 20, our city has had a big challenge with our department, our U.S. Department of Labor. And in less than 3 years, we were able to remove the high-risk designation. That's right. Applaud that. And really ensure that our programs and services were integrated and better supporting our young people and everyone else who needed an opportunity in the district. That could not have happened without Director Odie Donald, and so I'd like to welcome him up to the podium.
Make sure I don't fall. That would not be attractive. So I would say, I always say how excited I am to be in the District of Columbia and be able to serve not only the residents of the district, but also to be able to serve under Deputy Mayor Snowden and, of course, the Honorable Muriel Bowser and all of the great things that have happened. And I think the key to not only our turnaround, but really some of the successes that we've had in workforce development has really been starting with young people and ensuring they have an opportunity to contribute to the district. And so today I get to introduce Ms. Nneka Azikiwe, and so I got that right. So I practiced that 4 times before I got up here to really highlight, it's a great example. Every year we get to tell all of these stories, and so it's really cool to kind of highlight somebody that talks about the big improvements that we've made in the district. So Nneka is a native Washingtonian, and although she's not a 6th generation, she's 1st generation because her family had the bright idea to relocate to the U.S., and they did so in Washington, D.C., and as doing so, they were able to send all 3 of their children to college, and she actually is a representative of Howard University. I know we got some Howard University alumni in here, but probably more importantly, she is an SYEP alumni, and she's an alumni of the Young Money Managers. And so not only is she one of the young people who took advantage of learning how to enter into their own financial security, she's now teaching other people how to do that and has joined DSB as a program analyst over there. So we're really excited about that. I'd love to welcome her to the stage to introduce our mayor. So please meet Nneka Azikiwe.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nneka Azikiwe, and I am thrilled and excited to be here. I am a native Washingtonian and a graduate of D.C. Public Schools, Benjamin Banneker Academic High School, and a proud alumna of D. Howard University. Thankfully, the Marion S. Summer Youth Employment Program gave me an opportunity to gain valuable job experiences since the age of 14. My first summer in SYEP, I spent visiting recreation centers all over D.C., facilitating on the D.C. Public Schools Code of Student Discipline. My last years in MBSYEP, I worked as a young money manager for the Bank on D.C. program with the Department of Insurance, Securities, and Banking. I was there for 2 summers, the first as a youth facilitator and the next summer as a youth supervisor. I learned the importance of managing my finances and was able to share this valuable information with my peers all over DC. Additionally, I gained skills in time management, communication, networking, and working in group settings. And today, I stand before you no longer an intern, but instead a full-time employee with the Department of Insurance, Securities, and Banking. I am honored to introduce to you our next speaker. Her investments in a summer youth employment program demonstrates her commitment to helping young people build their pathways to success. And what makes today extra special is that she not only wants us to gain employment, but she wants us to be smart about how we spend our money. As we build our pathways to the middle class, she wants us to learn the tools to create a strong financial foundation that will support us when we face stumbling blocks along the way. So today, on behalf of my place of work, the Department of Insurance, Securities, and Banking, I am honored to introduce to you the mayor of our great city, Mayor Muriel Bowser.
Well, let's give NECA a great round of applause for a lovely introduction, and more than that, a story that we hope is replicated throughout the District of Columbia. It's always great to be here in the Reeves Center in the heart of our city at 14th and U. And I see so many of our employees here, the different departments from fire to DGS. Who else is here? Serve DC, OLA, DPW, DMPED. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Let's hear for the workers of Washington, D.C. I'm also pleased to be joined by Councilmember Alyssa Silverman and former council member and now the president and CEO of the D.C. Chamber of Commerce, Vincent Orange. Let's give Vincent Orange a big round of applause. Deputy Mayor Snowden and Director Donald and Commissioner, thank you also for being here to help us shape the launch of MBSYEP 2018. We go live today, right? And we are asking all young people and their families to be focused about signing up. I think that we have done better over the last several years at making sure that everyone is getting signed up and not calling us the day after the deadline and say, did I miss the sign up? So part of being work ready is signing up and being part of the process. We are very proud of the many years of the Summer Youth Program that we renamed back in 2015 the Marion Barry Summer Youth Program. I know it has already been well stated how much this program has meant to Washingtonians for several decades now. And you heard about the work experience of a DC public school student, Howard University graduate, and now employee of the District of Columbia. The truth is, we have over 30,000 fantastic men and women who help us run this government. And we are always recruiting. The one thing about a good economy is people have a lot of choices. And we want Washington, this is a plug for me, I'm sorry, I got to take a little bit of time. We want Washington, D.C. government, the government of the District of Columbia, to be one of your first choices. So, we want the smart, the talented, the hardworking, and the people who care about our communities to think about coming to work for us. Okay, that was my commercial. We're hiring at MPD and DOC and a lot of other places right now. Okay, DOES, we're hiring. DC government is hiring. And what we heard from NECA was that the experiences gained sometimes demonstrate to students who might not know what it is to work at DSB. What is it to be an insurance regulator or be involved in banking? You can figure that out in your experiences with us during the summer. You may found, like she did, that this is your pathway. This is what you want to get involved in and learn about. And there are a lot of jobs in insurance, in banking, and we want more people filling those opportunities. You may find out that it's not your cup of tea, and you want to do something else. And that is a good learning experience as well. We are proud that we expanded. I think we're going on our fourth year of an expanded SYEP that offers young people 22 to 24 years old continued opportunities for learning experiences and job skills at one of our SYEP sites. I'm also proud that the team has added employers, has had more diverse employers who are signing up with us for these experiences as well. Now, a couple of our agencies have also followed the lead of DOES. MPD, for example, expanded the age range for the young people that can participate in the MPD cadet program that takes that now up to the age of 24 as well. So SYEP, we think this year will serve 11,500 young people who will have a good work experience that will inform their decisions for the rest of their lives. We are also proud that we are helping our students with a transportation subsidy so that they can get from home to work on the metro. We also want them to learn not to drive cars when they go out into the work world and use public transportation. So to families, while we're talking about the summer now, let's be clear that there is one job for young people right now. And what is that? School. That's their job. And it's the job of every family to make sure that their student is going where? School, on time and all day, and being counted and being ready to learn. And it is very important that we continue to tell our students that every day counts right now, and the work that you put into school is going to help you in any job opportunity that you have, including in the summer months. Let me say finally, Deputy Mayor, that I am very proud of the work that your team has done to make sure that our fantastic employees at the Department of Employment Services have the roadmap that they need to be successful. And thank you, Judge. And Director Donald, we are also happy that the Department of Labor, our colleagues around the nation and others are recognizing the significant work that's happening at the Department of Employment Services. So I look forward to every young person and family going online, calling up, going to one of our centers to sign up for the Summer Youth Program this summer. Sign up. Don't wait. Sign up now so that we will be prepared for a productive summer all over the District of Columbia. Also, we're hiring lifeguards. And Director likes to remind me that a young person who signs up to be part of our lifeguard program can earn $10,000 just in the summer months. So now is the time to come help us make sure that our pools are staffed for the summer. Thank you.
There have been many pretty amazing things about this opportunity to serve in my hometown and to serve this mayor. One of them is meeting really committed people in the corporate sector who are focused on helping our young people achieve their wildest dreams. And one of those people is a gentleman by the name of Reginald Exum. Reginald is a community development officer at the City Community Development based in the greater Washington, D.C. area. He sits on the board of directors of Coppin State University Development Foundation and has previously served on the Association of Baltimore Area Grantmakers Board. There's a lot to say about Reginald Exum, but here's what I will tell you. He has been a champion for the District of Columbia. Cities Foundation has contributed almost $1 million to support our young people and their financial literacy here in the District of Columbia, and we hope that with that continued commitment, we'll see that number with his help and others around the city grow to well over $1 million. He has been a fantastic partner, answering every call, every question, and supporting us through what can be some of the hardest work that we have the opportunity to do, that is supporting our young people to save money. And so I would welcome Reginald up here. Please give him a huge round of applause. He has been an unparalleled partner for us in the district.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Mayor Bowser and Deputy Mayor Snowden, for your partnership and leadership in making sure that the youth of this city continue to have opportunities, and for bringing us together for the launch of the Marion S. Summer Youth Employment Program. We're here today because we know that the economic future for our youth and the competitiveness here in Washington, D.C. and the nation really hinges on the success of our youth. And how will we give them the ability to succeed in this 21st century market? Collectively, we all must invest in building more on-ramps and putting away the barriers to those off-ramps that have derailed so many of our youth on the road to success. There's no silver bullet, there's no one-size-fits-all approach to supporting our young people. And that's why it's so important that youth employment programs like this, and why it's critical, very critical, to build even more momentum for them. Thank you. In 2014, the City Foundation launched its Pathways to Progress program to boost the career readiness of 100,000 youth in the U.S. And after having met that goal, the foundation expanded its commitment globally with a $100 million investment to serve over 500,000 youth in cities around the globe, including right here in Washington, D.C., especially here. And as part of our Pathways of Progress initiative, the City Foundation, in collaboration with Cities for Financial Empowerment Fund, has participated in the Summer Youth Employment Program. And over the past 3 years, we've supported summer job opportunities for over 450 youth here. And have also, thank you, and have worked with the city to provide financial empowerment programming for all youth participating in the Summer Youth Employment Program. And we're deeply inspired by youth from the program, and the opportunity to talk with NECA before we start the ceremony today. And it's young people like NECA who've gained a valuable experience within this program. When she started when she was 14 years old. That's so special. And as she gained experience in the program, and she talked about networking as being one of the most important pieces that she learned from this program. And she didn't stop there. She eventually became a Summer Youth Employment Program financial educator and then a program supervisor. And that's right. Let's give NECA a hand for that, please. Thank you. And since graduating from college, she's been working full-time with D.C. city government. And in NECA's words, the future looks very rewarding. Her full-time job is helping her advance her career ambitions. And she's able to save up for a postgraduate degree to take the LSATs and apply for law school. We wish you all the best for that. So it's stories like NECA's. There are many stories here in Washington, D.C., and it reminds us why this work is so, so important. And we hope you all continue to support this year's Summer Employment Program in the District of Columbia and make sure that more of our young people gain access to valuable job opportunities, along with a workforce and financial skills that will last them throughout their lifetime and throughout their careers. Thank you very much for allowing us to be a partner in this program.
Man, that thing's scary. Okay. All righty. Well, I guess what we wanted to do now, I think there are a couple of people that we just wanted to recognize for their support. And I'll start, I guess, before we go into that, is that I wanted to highlight just a couple of things that our mayor kind of touched on, and our deputy mayor as well, is that last year over 3,600 SYEP students actually started their bank accounts. So that's a 400% increase from 2016. So that's a big, big deal. And so now less students, have to go to various, undesirable places to cash their checks. In addition to that, we have been able to increase accessibility and eliminated the mandatory orientations that people have to do. I think at one point in time, we had 7,900 people lined up outside of DOES trying to submit their information. And so last year, we actually had less than 400 people who submitted their applications that way. So that's a really big deal. But there are some areas in which, we want to make sure that we improve the program. And so moving forward, I think one of the things that we've done, you heard from Mr. Orange earlier today, and we also have some of our partners from the Greater Washington Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and we're going to be partnering with them to make sure that we have even greater business engagement moving forward. So we really appreciate your assistance on that, Mr. Orange. I think the second improvement is that while we did take some minor cuts to SYEP, you heard our mayor mention the 11,500 people that we plan to serve this year. We plan to do so by partnering to have some unsubsidized slots as well, where our business partners are actually going to come in and fund SYEP youth, which is one of the first times we've had a big campaign to do that. And the final piece, which I know our partner, Councilmember Silverman, has mentioned quite a few times, that SYEP and DOES, under the guidance of Deputy Mayor Snowden, we will actually be partnering with a third-party entity to make sure that we coordinate our job matching process so that all of our participants get the type of experience that not only they're looking for, but that ensures that they get a full summer experience. So we're really excited about that. And so those types of partnerships and innovations would not happen without some of our key partners, and there are just two of them that we want to make sure we recognize today. And so with our mayor, we would like to first welcome Mr. Commissioner Stephen Taylor and just kind of highlight his Financial Empowerment Award that we would like to present to him because we are very thankful for his commitment to serve young people, empower them through financial literacy. Those 3,600 SYEP students and bank accounts would not be possible without his support. And of course, although you were able to hear from her today and she gave you a little bit of information, but President Carla Decker also receives one of these Financial Empowerment Awards for her commitment to both Bank On DC and the District of Columbia. So we are extremely thankful for them. And so with that, I would like to ask Commissioner Taylor to just come forward and give us a few words before we get to the official launch of this application.
Well, good morning, everybody. Madam Mayor and Councilmember Silverman and Deputy Mayor, my name is Stephen Taylor. I'm the Commissioner for the Department of Insurance, Securities, and Banking. And thank you again for having me here today. I'm thrilled to be a part of the celebration as we celebrate the release of the 2018 Mayor S. Barry Summer Youth Employment Program applications today, which signals the starting point for our youth as they develop the skills they need to put them on pathways to the middle class. I would also like to acknowledge and thank our wonderful host, the DC Credit Union, and their president, Carla Decker. And again, Deputy Mayor Snowden, I thank you for all the work that you do to help create opportunities throughout the district, as well as allowing us to work with you and help folks develop pathways to the middle class. I'd also like to acknowledge a couple of members of my staff here who actually run the Bank on DC program that you've heard about that helps create and provide affordable banking products throughout the district to really encourage people to stay away from expensive, non-traditional banking products. Michelle Hammond, who's the director of the Bank on program. Everybody's heard about NECA, who's our graduate from the Marion Barry program. I'm Carla Benitez, and I'm also lucky, and not only do we have NECA, but we also have Marcus Murphy that we've hired full-time from the Marion Barry summer program. So we'd like to welcome Marcus. So it's a fantastic program. I'm looking to hire more graduates if we can. And thank you again, Mayor, for such a great program and your vision to transform the program and your leadership of the program. The department has a twofold mission to provide consumers with wide access to a wide choice of insurance, securities, and banking products, is also making sure that the providers of those services treat them fairly. We also provide residents with education to help improve and grow their financial wealth and provide other opportunities to build their pathways to the middle class. As you heard about the Bank on DC program, that's one of those tools that we help people build pathways to the middle class. And we've taken that thought process and wanted to connect that with students as well. So through our partnership with the Department of Employment Services, the department has trained 20 to 25 youth to be peer financial educators for the summer program. So children 18 to 24 participate in an extensive 3-week financial boot camp where they learn financial basics, leadership, and presentation skills. They are then deployed throughout the summer to other host sites where they share this financial education with their peers. We find developing good habits is the key to creating and growing wealth. By incorporating money management concepts and access to bank accounts with summer jobs, we are preparing our youth to start on the pathways to the middle class, and we're equipping them to stay on track. Since the start of our program, the Young Money Managers Program, we have successfully conducted over 576 financial education sessions and impacted about 9,500 MBSYEP participants, and they've all opened about 3,000 accounts. So that's a fantastic milestone. The program has received national recognition throughout the country, and actually the FDIC and the U.S. Department of Treasury has recognized our program. And thanks very much. And the program that Michelle and her team run has done such a great job that has actually been replicated throughout the country in cities such as Chicago, Los Angeles, St. Louis, Miami, and Baltimore. Again, very proud of our partnership with the Director of Department of Employment Services to improve the financial lives of our residents, and happy the department has been able to support the mayor's efforts to truly provide a pathway to the middle class, and we hope to find some more graduates at DSB. Thanks very much.
And with that, we are launched. There'll be 5 computers in this building available for young people to come and register. They can also come to the DOES headquarters at 4058 Minnesota Avenue, where there will be 50 computers available for them to also register. But here's some fun technology. They can do it on their phone, they can do it from home, and they can do it from school as well. So we want to make sure that our young people have access. Thank you very much for coming out today, and we are so incredibly excited about the support you give our young people. Thank you, Mayor.